biology because I like it.
Okay, and what do you want to do with the subject? What do you want to become? You want to be a doctor?
Yes, sir.
You have plans of being a doctor?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you want to appear for NEET?
Yes, sir.
Correct. Okay, very well. So let's begin. Which school are you from, Devangi?
Sethanandram Jaipuria School, Vasundhara.
Okay. This is SN. What's the short form for your school? What is the acronym for your school?
Sir,
SN.
Jaipuria School.
Okay, you're right. It is as Jaipuria. Am I writing it correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, perfect. So let's begin with the first things first, Devanshi. You will be, you know that you're joining late in the session, right? Were you studying before that somewhere? Like how is your basics? Have you studying? But are you studying biology? You must be studying it in school, right?
Yes, sir, in school.
So what chapters have been completed in your school? Where is your syllabus?
So we have done the first chapter, Living World, and biological classification, plant kingdom and animal kingdom. First 4 chapters are done.
First 4 chapters are done. 1, 2, 3, and 4, right? And your
Yes, sir,
exam?
and after that chapter 8 cell is also done, and chapter 10 cell cycle and cell division, that is also done.
Okay, 8 and 10 is also done. And what about your exams? Your exams have happened on all these chapters?
No, sir, exams were from chapter 1 to 4.
Okay, so these chapters you have had exams.
Yes, sir, PT1.
Okay, and for 8 and 10, what about these 2 chapters?
So they will come in half yearly.
Okay, exams not done yet, right? And when is your half yearly?
Sir, we didn't get the date sheet yet, but they will start from
Yeah,
26th September.
so probably in late September or October, right?
Yes, sir.
Late September, October. Okay, perfect. So, and what is currently going on in your school?
So we have recently started chapter 9 biomolecules.
Okay, chapter 9 you have started. And what about morphology and anatomy of flowering plants?
So that's not done, but ma'am said it will also come in half yearly.
Okay, very well. So that's about your school. Now, let me also give you a brief overview of what we are currently doing. So the batch you will join. So, and also tell me about your days. Which days are you? Is Monday and Wednesday good for you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So Monday, Wednesday, Indian time. It's 9 p.m. to 10:30. Will it work? This is the batch that's currently there. Will it work for you, Devangi?
Okay, sir.
Okay. Because in the batch, currently we are doing chapter 5, which is morphology. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Morphology of flowering plants, which is angiosperms. Okay. And what we have already done is chapter 8, 10, and 9 till half. We have not done the enzyme kinetics part of this yet. This we will done after chapter 5 and 6. Okay, so these 3 are already done. Okay, so I'll be teaching 1, 2, 3, 4 in the class, the biological classification. And because my classes are, they cover both the boards and also the NEET entrance part. So you will not miss it. Okay. So from these 3 chapters, if you have any doubts, so you will get the recorded links of my video, of my lectures. And if you have any doubt, you can look up to the links and you can come to the class early, little early before the class. Or yes, and we can, or you can stay for 10 more minutes after the class and we can take your doubts.
Okay, sir.
Okay, very well. So that's about the chapters. You can join from this Monday. Okay, the 11th batch.
Okay, sir.
11th bio, it's NEET plus CBSE. I mean CBSE plus NEET, basically. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Very well. Okay, so cool. So let's now talk about how I teach and why we do this trial class of half an hour. Basically, this class is to orient the student with my teaching methodology, and this is also a good opportunity for me to understand the student and what are your, basically what are your strengths and what areas do I need to focus more to be able to help you in the subject. Okay, so as I told you, basically I'm from biological research background and I really like the subject and I'm passionate for the subject. So I've realized with all the teaching experience that I have is that when I was also studying biology, there are 2 things we all struggle with in biology. First thing is, what do you dislike about the subject? You told me that you already like the subject, so that's understood, but there must be something that you dislike about the subject. What do you dislike? What do you think should, if not was there in the subject, it would have been more better, or something that makes the subject difficult for you? So one thing that I can think of is that biology is very theoretical, right? It has lots and lots of things to remember.
Yes, sir. The learning part and the scientific names.
Exactly. So you have to memorize a lot, right?
Yes, sir.
That's one thing that all of us have struggled with, but it's a beautiful science. Biology is the branch of science that helps us to understand what's happening within us and the other life systems on the planet. And any other thing that you dislike about the subject? So this is one common, I think, problem with everyone that who studies biology. And many students who do not pursue biology later on is also because of this. So what I do in my classes is there are 2 ways to teach. So there are 2 kind of questions that are asked in biology. Okay, the first type of questions are what, right? What is the name of this enzyme? The part which you said, we have to remember, memorize a lot. So what, define
Yes, sir.
XYZ. What is this? What is that? What is that? So that what part actually deals with facts and is very factual. Okay, you have to remember in this part.
Yes, sir.
Now this what part, basically I deal with terminologies. So many of the biological terms. Second thing that you said, that lot of technical terms too are there in biology, right?
Yes,
Technical
sir.
terms or scientific names are there, right? And it's very difficult to remember all these names. But what we can do instead is, in the class, when I teach, I always focus on the word itself. So these words are, why they are difficult to remember is because they are not some normal words that we use in our day-to-day vocabulary. So it becomes difficult, right?
Yes, sir.
Many normal words that we use every day, we do not have to learn it, right? It already gets registered in our brain, in our vocabulary. But words like, you must be knowing, do you know what is a cytoplasm? You have heard the word cytoplasm?
Yes, sir.
What is cytoplasm, Devangi?
So the portion inside a cell that contains all the organelles.
Right, perfect. So you know what does the word cyto means in biology?
Cell.
Yes, cell. Wherever this term comes, cyto, it means cell. It's related to cell. And you know what does plasm means scientifically?
No, sir.
It means fluid, right? So if you know these two terms, now can you tell me, if I ask you the question, define cytokinesis? Can you define it to me now? Suppose this question comes, define cytoplasm, sorry. Can you define the word now? The
So
fluid
the
content.
fluid
Yes, tell me.
inside the cell.
Yes, on, good. The fluid content of the cell that contains all the organelles and everything, right? All the dissolved proteins
Yes, sir.
is called cytoplasm. So this way, this whole definition becomes very easy for you, right? Because you know what the word means.
Yes, sir.
You don't have to memorize any further. Let's take another example. You know what do cytokinesis means? Again, now you
Sir,
know the cyto part of it, right? What does cyto means?
cell.
Perfect. And what does kinesis means?
Sir, I think division.
Yes, you think right. So it means division. So you know what is cytokinesis?
Division of cell or cytoplasm.
Not cell. Yes, the division of the cell. Process in which a cell divides to form two daughter cells is called cytokinesis. Okay,
Yes, sir.
very good. Now you know what do we call? I'm just giving you another example. What is the word for heart in biology? Heart. Have you ever been to a hospital and you have seen these departments? So what is the doctor who's specialist of heart or does the heart surgery is known as? No idea?
Sir, I think it's related to cardiac.
Yes, it's called cardio. The heart is known as cardio. Okay. So if I give you a word now, cardiomyocytes, can you tell me what does this word means? Cardiomyocytes. You know what the word cardio means, right? It's related
Yes,
to
sir. Heart.
heart. You also know what does the word cyte means or cyto means?
Cells.
Cells. So it's plural, cells. Now you have to know what does the word myo means. Any idea?
No, sir.
Myo means muscles. Okay, muscle. So together, what does this mean? Can you define cardiomyocytes? What are cardiomyocytes?
The cells of heart muscles.
Exactly. Cardiomyocytes are the muscular, sorry, right. Yeah, the cells of heart muscles. And because heart is a muscular organ, right? It does not have bones or cartilage, it just have muscles, right?
Yes, sir.
So do you think following this thing, it becomes easier to remember biology through terminologies?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So this is what we do for the first part, okay? The what part. Makes sense to you? You feel
Yes, sir.
very good. Now, the second thing is the question which come is why or how, okay? Basically, both these two questions are trying to figure out or ask the concepts. What is the concept or the mechanism behind any process? Okay, you understand?
Yes, sir.
And for these type of questions, how do I help you with this question is active discussion in the class. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So whenever we take a topic, I just assume that you know nothing about it. So I ask the students first, what is their knowledge? What do they already know? Even if you know nothing about that topic, it's not a problem. It's good to go. We can start from there. And then we go on to build concepts after discussions. Okay. Constant discussions, and I ask you questions. So there are two rules in my class. One, you have to be regular, and second, you have to actively discuss. So you better find a place to study or to have biology classes where you can talk, okay, and where there is less of noise from the background. That's preferable, because you will discuss things with me. Active discussion is mandatory. My classes are not going to be a monologue where I just come and start teaching on the board, you just listen, and then the class ends. Okay, that's not how it will work basically. Is it clear, Devangi?
Yes, sir.
Sounds good to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very well. So currently I am teaching in the class that you will join on Monday. I'm teaching morphology. Okay,
Yes, sir.
morphology of flowering plants. So since this topic has not started in your school, right? What's currently going on in your school? Like you said, biomolecules, right? That's what's
Yes, sir.
okay. So you first study this with me. Okay, everything will be covered, so don't worry. Whatever you have not studied with me, you will get links for that, and you can ask questions regarding anything if you have any doubt. And whenever we start a topic, we start from the basic fundamental. As I said, we cover the boards and then we cover the entrance. At the end of every chapter, we do previous year's entrance questions right in the class in front of me, along with tests and assignments, which is given to you after the class. So this is how my classes operate. Okay, Devangi.
Okay,
So you are
sir.
free to join from Monday, and let me tell you some things. Note down certain things. So we are doing morphology of flowering plants, in which we currently are doing flowers. So when you come on Monday, someone will. So also one more rule in my class is when I teach when I teach the next class, someone has to give a brief summary, a quick summary of the previous class. So that happens in rotations. Okay, so when you will join on Monday, you will be the new student, so someone will give a summary to you, and maybe in the next class you can give a summary to them. Cool.
Okay, sir.
Very good. So you have to write down what you have to read before you come to class on Monday. You have to read about flower, anatomy of flowering plants. You have to read about flower. Okay, what is flower as a structure, and then fruit. What is fruit and what is seed? Basically, it is related to plant reproduction, which you will study in class 12th. But the the foundation is here. Okay, so these are all related to each other: flower, fruit, and seeds. You have to figure out how. Okay, Devanshi, this you have to
Okay,
do
sir.
before you come to the class. And apart from that, you have to read for yourself, that we will not discuss in tomorrow's class. Sorry, we will not discuss in Monday's class, but you can bring if you have any doubts. And those things are roots, types of roots. Keep writing. This you have to study for yourself, and you will get the link regarding these topics that I have taught: roots, stem, and leaves. These three morphological structures. So morphology, can you now tell me what does the word logy means? Logy in science. Biology. What does the word logy means?
Sir, I'm not sure.
Logy means study. Okay. And what the word bio means in biology? Bio means life. Okay. Biota.
Yes, sir.
So what is biology? The subject where we study life. So what is morphology? The word morpho means characteristics or appearance. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So what is morphology?
Study of appearance of flowering plants.
Yes, study of outer appearance, outer characters. What we see from outside. We see roots, we see stems, we see leaves, flowers, fruit, seed, right? Then
Yes,
we'll
sir.
go to anatomy. Anatomy is what is inside the body of the plant, which we do not see. So is it clear what is morphology?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So these three things you have to self study and make notes. And these three things you have to study for the next class discussion before you come to class on Monday. Okay. Monday is, I think, 5th, right?
Yes, sir.
So that's where you begin. Okay. Cool.
Yes, sir.
Do you have any immediate questions for me, Devangi? Anything you want to ask? So you must be getting like a message on WhatsApp from someone, right? From the Learnivio.
Sir, regarding what?
Regarding this trial class, or how are you communicating with Learnivio?
Sir, actually, my father forwards the link to me.
Okay. So the number um, so the number from which your father receives the link, I think he receives